I was at a point, I think around 2017, early 2017, when I felt like I'm tired, I cannot improve. I don't even know what I want to do. I'm not even sure this thing, I just waste money, buy tablet. When I was having conversation with Bolaji now told me, he said, don't worry yourself. Just start from scratch, just draw, even if it's a line every day. I get a lot of DM. Can you tell me the app you are using? What prompt are you using? Can you share it with me? I'm like, oh gosh, how do I explain to these people? Okay, so what I do is, if you ask me prompts henceforth, I just type Photoshop CC 2024, Canvas Pro, or Procreate. This is what
My
we use.
goodness.
Hello, my name is Julie, and I'm on Designstration podcast with Fort Obon. Design plus illustration equals Designstration.
Hello, everyone. You're welcome back to the Designstration podcast. My name is Ufot Ubun, and I'm your host for this podcast. And on this very episode today, I have with me an amazing illustrator. She is very exceptional. In fact, her illustrations speaks volume when we talk about cultural, tribal, it just oozes Africanness, right? If you hear me talk about designers and illustrators who actually give out the African vibes, definitely this particular fellow is definitely going to top that list. And today with me is no other than the incredible Julie. Hi, Julie. It's good to have you on the podcast. Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I'm really honored to be here today.
So let's jump right into it. Right. Julie, you are an exceptional illustrator. Your works are just so clean, so vibrant. The way you use colors are just rich. And not that very many would know your background stories, right? So how did you get into illustration? How did you start drawing?
Okay, for arts, I've been a lover of art from tender age. Like as little as I was, um, I remember I always loved drawing. Like I really hate reading books. that's that's how much I love arts. Like when I was very young, and it was my dad that actually noticed that. So he was more like supporting me. I used to draw. I started drawing like family houses, like family, like father, mother,
Father,
siblings
mother.
in a
Oh, the
house.
stick man.
Those kind of small children. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes,
when
I
I
do.
draw it, I'll be telling my dad's story, like each and everyone, all the characters. Like I will be describing a lot. My dad will be, yeah, nice. But as I grew, as I continued, then I started loving drawing buildings and cars as little. Although the sketches are very bad, but I love drawing cars. So I even told my dad that time that I would love to be a designer for vehicles and spaceships. But all those dreams fade away when my dad died. I think I was at the age of 8 when my dad died. So my mom was like, I'm not going to do this with you. You're going to read, you're going to study. So that's how I just, at a point, it was really a struggle, trying to draw. And, sometimes when I'm drawing, it's more like my mom just came, okay, today you've been a good girl, so you can use these hours, go and draw
To
whatever you
draw.
want to draw. Then
Wow.
after now, you go back to your books. So it was back and forth, but yeah. But I think 2016 was when after I recovered from accident, that was when went back to drawing. Like I was watching, I was actually studying graphic design on YouTube. Then I come
Oh wow.
across this um, a speed painting of an artist drawing with Photoshop. That was where I was like, wow. So people can actually do this. Then I was like, okay, let me give it a try. That was how I got the inspiration, or to start drawing again. That's after so many years. Then I started learning from YouTube. You know, that was how I started. I think most people don't know. Most people think I went to a school to study these things. Well, that's why whenever I give some of them like a website link of where they could go and study digital illustration or digital arts, they are like, oh, I said, this is basically what I didn't even have this opportunity that you have now, that you have a full course that is free and accessible. I was just literally watching YouTube, whatever I see on YouTube. Then with the help of connecting with some pros, some OGs in Nigeria that are into digital illustration. So digital arts, like they do concept art for animation. Like I'm sure you know most of them, like Shegu Samson, John Zeno, Harry Tombra, Harry
Bolaji
Doku, yeah,
Olaloye.
and Bolaji.
Yeah.
Bolaji. So all
Yes.
these
At
guys
Nerd
were
X.
people that actually, inspired me. They were like a mentor to me when I started out. So I used to send them my works, they review, and get back to me. That was how I pretty much started. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. That's has really been a journey. And actually I, want to also say um my condolence, right? Sorry about the loss of your dad and
Oh, no problem. Yeah,
everything
oh,
you've
no
been
problem.
through. Honestly, it's
Thank you.
I know artists have stories, right? The different things that we've been through sort of put us in that state to be sort of want to communicate our feelings and our emotions through our paintings, and
Mm,
we just see the uniqueness in it. And a following up question with on that part would be, speaking about your unique cultural themed illustrations, right? I don't think there's any illustrator I know in Nigeria who has done almost all the ethnicity group we have with illustrations like you have. Like, I don't think there's anyone who has been. This year, you literally gave us back to back from one month to another. Today is Fulani, tomorrow is the BB. When I saw the BBOs, I love, I'm actually from Akwa Ibom. And when I saw the BBOs, I was like, whoa, this is my tribe. When I saw in fact, His Excellency Peter Obi posted one of your illustrations, right?
yes,
That
yes.
it's just exceptional. That's the level of details. What what made you sort of specialize? What inspired you to sort of specialize in this cultural themed illustration style?
Okay, yeah, good question. So, I told you I love art right from tender age.
Yeah, yeah,
Like my dad used to take me to museums, and when I get access from the age of 10, I was able to get access to internet because my mom bought me a computer. So with the access of internet, I used to go to Google search engine, Yahoo Mail, Yahoo search that time to search for artworks. I used to save them. So whenever I surf the internet to check artworks, because I love artworks so much. So I noticed that if I search for African related arts, or if you look at illustration, I find it, I can't find like the kind of artworks that I find that represent everyday people of Africans, not Black
yeah,
Americans, you understand? Because
yes,
if you even
yes,
see some Black arts that's more like illustrative, like, that have
yeah,
so much. that have some details that you love. It's always Black American artists and Black
Mm-hmm.
art inspired, or
Yeah.
sometimes it's all falls in slavery, um, all those
Mm.
things. Then when you look for
Yeah.
African art, it's always jungle, like safari, woman
Yeah.
carrying pots. I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Yes.
or you can see somebody paint a black woman with details and stuff. But I don't see those illustrations that tells a story, like a visual story, not just
Yeah.
like a portrait or something that a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things is happening at the background.
Yeah.
Just like the books that we used to read when we are small.
Read.
You understand?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, that maybe at a point when I couldn't find what I'm looking for, I said, okay, let me um find a way and get this done. So with my as I'm learning digital art and stuff, so I started say, okay, what's the goal of me learning this and what do I really want to use this to
Mm.
do? Because
To
the
do.
goal was just to create those stuff that I couldn't find, so that in probably
Mm.
in next 50 years there could be somebody like me that wanted to
Yeah.
see some illustrations that tells the everyday people of Africans, like Nigerians,
Yeah.
like with
Yeah.
the art. Because one thing about art is it's like it's a history book on its own. You know,
Hmm.
with art, you can
Yeah.
be able to depict what is really happening, you know, within
True.
the era the artist made the art. Do you understand? It's more like
Yes.
sending
Yes.
message or dropping information that that you can't really express with words, but you can express
Hmm.
to art through art.
Yeah.
Like, and I try to when I get this idea, I know that okay, I have to be intentional with what I'm doing. So I started putting some details that I know that, especially stuff that I know that is fading away in this
Hmm.
generation, because time is changing. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's true.
okay, let me start adding those details. Like if you notice some of my artwork, you can see there are some things that I intentionally put them there because I know that this thing in is probably not people are no longer using that, or things have
Using that.
changed
Yeah.
so this
Yes.
way um I'm trying to save memories, you understand,
Hmm.
even
That's
though that
great.
the thing is there's none of my characters or anything is actually real, but it's all
Hmm.
imagination. But at the same time, I still try to put those details that really matter in
Yeah.
the arts. So
Wow.
that was what inspired me. So
It's
yeah.
it's it's really such a beautiful thing to see that uh, you created the art that you did not see, right?
Mm,
We needed this kind of illustrations that tells the African story so well, the everyday people African story, and that was sort of there was a lag that you saw, and you build upon that, and that just skyrocket, like it's just all over the place.
yeah.
That's truly inspiring.
Yeah,
It truly
yeah.
is.
And the fact that, the fact that people, not just Nigerians, but other Africans
Yes,
can actually
yes,
see this and say, oh my God, I can relate to this. It gives
definitely,
me
yes.
joy because I feel like, because I've received some message even from some people that like motivations to me, mentor to me, and they tell me that this art you're doing, you're not going to really make money if you continue doing African art. You need to diversify and stuff. And I'm like, fine. I know that some of these arts that I'm doing, especially the ones I post, because my some of the works I've projects I've worked in, as now, I
Yeah,
can't even share
yeah.
it because of
You can share
NDA and
some. Yeah,
stuff. But
NDAs.
the
Yes,
ones
that's
I
true.
could share is basically the ones that are coming from me, and it's actually those ones coming from me that is actually bringing more gigs for me because
Whoa.
you understand, because
Yeah, yes.
most times I get frustrated that I can't even share works that I've worked
Share what
on
you've done.
projects I've
True.
worked on because of nobody, the NDA involved in it. But for me to make out time, squeeze out time and do my personal stuff, and as I'm doing my personal stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like rushing it. I like giving
Mm-hmm.
myself time, you know, and making sure that I get that stuff, the way I see it in
Yeah.
my memory, in the way I see it in my
The way you
imagination.
want it to
I
be,
want it
yes.
like that. If it's not like that, I will start afresh. I just
Whoa.
yeah, that's the way I tax myself. Like, so you have to get this thing that you are seeing in your memory. So that's why, like, I could just be anywhere. I Before one idea will just pop up. I just do some scribbles and keep it one side
Mm-hmm.
because I don't
Yeah.
want to forget that idea.
Speaking of the process, right? Sometimes you say you can just sketch something, and if it doesn't really come out to the way you envisioned it, you can just start afresh. Let me ask a question in that line.
Mm,
Of course, I know illustrations take a lot of time. Like, I mean, we are illustrators as well. But really, what's that one project that really, really took the whole time? Like, you can say this one. Let me say this took me 5 hours. This took me a month.
mhm.
Also, what's your timeline for working on one of your piece?
Okay. My timeline, like, to be sincere with you, like, I've
Yeah,
mastered the like, I think I multitask myself.
it's
Like,
good.
I have time, I do works, and I also have time for my personal self. But
Yeah.
most times illustrations based on the details and stuff, if and I know that if I rush a work, the outcome will not be what I expect. So anytime I'm
Yeah.
doing
True.
certain projects and I know that, okay, this is going to take me so time. Most people think maybe it's 1 hour and stuff, like, no.
Yeah.
Sometimes
True.
it takes months.
True.
You
Very
understand?
true. Very true.
Like
Yes.
that African village, the village art.
Yes.
Okay.
The
When I was
village art.
working on it, like, I spent almost 1 month on that
Wow.
art because you know I think people don't really see the details in the art. Is if you see it in a large print, because most of my
Large brain.
illustrations, I I use the size of wall mural, like a very
Wow. Yeah.
large,
Yes.
whenever I'm painting, because I imagine that one day, one of these, because I started that since 2 years ago, because there was this art that I made, and I actually made it with a small size. I think. Then somebody
Hmm.
saw the art and said, I wanted this in a very large,
Very large size.
print.
Wow.
So
Hmm.
what saved me was that I was able to, okay, I think that particular, I have to redraw that art actually.
Whoa.
Yes. So since that time,
Wow.
I said, even though it's a personal work, you know,
Hmm.
I will just keep doing it. So sometimes my system, that's why I'm like, my system is really powerful because seriously,
We need that
like,
machine moving system. Yeah.
like
You work
I can
majorly on
imagine,
Photoshop
yeah, you
or
said?
Procreate. You work majorly on Photoshop or
Yes, I
Procreate.
work majorly on Photoshop. I use my
Photoshop. Okay.
Procreate for sketching most times,
Okay.
but painting I prefer using Photoshop because I just like using Photoshop for my painting.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's whenever I'm painting, so I paint with a very large um size, and this
Yeah.
will actually require me to take a lot of time to make sure that I
Time. Yeah.
put in all the details that I needed. So
Details. True.
when that village arts, like, there was this client that ordered a very large print. Like, if you see this, you know, it's more like
Mm-hmm.
it feels like, let me jump
Wow.
into this art. Like,
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
I'm telling you, like
Yeah.
nobody passed the office where the art was hung. that did not
Yeah.
stop. Like I was like, am I the
I
one
did
that
this.
created this?
Yeah, I created this. That's it.
Yeah, at a point, I didn't even like that village. I didn't even imagine that it will really go that far to the extent, it's it attracts piracy and stuff. People start,
Yeah,
even till now, people are still printing that art and selling it.
it's quite sad.
That is yeah, it's really drained me. How it really affects like that period. There was I think 2 months ago, I was just quite depressed because calculating the
Wow.
amount these people are actually making and stuff, and the
Making,
fact
my
that the
goodness.
art is not just sold in Nigeria, like in 4 or 5 different states
Wow.
in Nigeria, but the fact that somebody in Ghana, somebody in Tanzania, somebody in Kenya, somebody in Cameroon is sending me picture and saying, "Oh, I saw your art somewhere. They are selling your
Wow.
art." The thing
Wow.
really, I was like, wow. The fact that people are buying this stuff, you know,
Yeah.
and the money is not coming to me.
Coming to
Oh,
you. My
yeah.
goodness.
So that was why, if you notice, anytime I reduce the way I post art, and secondly,
Yeah.
if you notice my new arts, I always watermark it. I just do it
Yes.
in a way that is going to stress them, because at this point I'm just trying, and they are, even now they're accusing me of using AI.
AI. Yes. I saw a tweet and I was like, my goodness. I mean, in as much as that may sound as a compliment, like
Mm,
um our art this art piece is so good that someone would think a human didn't just do this, AI did that. In as much as that may sound as a compliment,
yeah.
it's still very very it's still something I would want to pinch myself to say
It's
no, don't
crazy,
do
because
it.
you see
It's
some
crazy,
people
truly.
send me, some clients, some people that DM me, "Oh, I have a gig for you. I have some illustrations, children's book illustrations I want to do, or editorial illustration I want to do, and I need
Yeah.
40 illustrations. Each of these illustrations is well detailed, and so the way you did this, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, fine, 40 illustration, no problem. So here is my price and everything. The duration is going to take us. This is going to take us
Yeah.
more than 8 months to finish this and stuff. The person was like,
Hmm.
how come? It's not supposed to. I need it in a month. I said, Ma, I can
Can
give
you
you
imagine?
40 illustrations. I can't even do that magic. Even if you want it in a month, that means you have to get like 20 people to work on this project.
On this,
Like,
yeah.
need 20 of me to work on this. No, no, I thought it's prompt. Okay. And the person told me,
Whoa.
I'm paying 5,000 for each. I'm like, hold up. Excuse me? He said, yeah, for 5,000 for each. It's a prompt. I just gave you the
Can
information.
you imagine?
I'm like, okay, like,
Well, you put in the
seriously?
prompt yourself.
Like, I'm like, wow, wow. So I spend so much time, like, and this is what these people think I'm doing, that I'm using prompts. I get a lot of DM. Can you tell me the app you are using? What prompt are you using? Can you share it with me? I'm like, oh gosh, how do I explain to these people? Okay, so what I do is, if you ask me prompts henceforth, I just type Photoshop CC 2024, Canvas Pro, or Procreate. This is what
My
you need. You
goodness.
know,
That's the prompt I use.
I,
Wow.
it's really crazy, but yeah.
Let's touch on the future of illustrations, right? Right. Speaking of art theft, right? People um pirating your work and selling it. These things can be very disheartening. It can make one sick. Artists really deserve more credit than that, right? And with the fast rise of AI as well, what do you think the future of illustrations would be?
That is why I'm actually um trying to prepare myself for next year. With the fast rise of AI, I believe that
Yeah.
what should I okay, let me use the example of, cars, you know,
Yeah.
there are we have is it solar powered or electric
Yeah.
car
Electric
vehicle,
cars. Yes. We
automatic
have electric
cars,
vehicles.
you
Yes.
know, automatic cars,
Yeah.
but we still have vintage cars,
True.
and
Yeah.
the one that is handmade, they always call it a handmade
Mid.
vintage
Yeah.
cars. You
Vintage
know,
cars.
it could be just five of these cars in the whole
True.
world in a year,
Whole
like
world.
the
Yes.
generation of that
Yes.
car. So if these companies that are pertaining to deliver five cars for a year, and the money
Mm-hmm.
they sell those cars is we can buy you hundreds of automatic
Of the
vehicles. You
automatic
understand?
or the electric
So
cars. Yes.
yeah, because the thing is, I think I told my friend a few days, few weeks ago that, see, with what that have happened to me this year, I've learned my
Yeah.
lessons. I'm not going to be targeting the masses anymore. I want to make
Mm.
my arts, and I'm going to limit it. I'm
Mm.
going to make it limited. So people that value it, that knows what it was, that know that art
Yeah.
is also an investment. It's not just
Yeah.
putting it. I don't know if you
Just
understand. Yeah,
yes. It's not just a
illustration.
piece, to put on the
Yes,
wall.
illustrations. You can still do illustration, but instead of doing illustration for all the masses, we start targeting the clients that actually valued real talent, not just
Mm.
AI. Like now, if you post something and and people and it's AI image, people don't really value it anymore. They feel like,
True.
since I can just
Yeah.
type a prompt, back, back,
I
back,
can just type in the prompt
I
and
get it.
it
And
can just generate the art
another
for me.
thing is that the AI is reaping from the talent. It
The
cannot
talent.
function
Yes.
on its own without what
True.
the artists who have the real talent is doing. So the AI will always depend. Like somebody sent me message, said you have to brace yourself. We are already training AI on your art style. So I'm like, go ahead, train
Yeah.
it.
Go ahead and do
Like,
it.
if it's short for you, training, because
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
the thing is that I don't even I know that AI will really find it hard to actually understand my kind of art. But at the same time, um like sometimes these days now, if I know that, okay, if I put this, it's supposed to fill in this, I will just distort it, because
Wow.
it's a way of
Yeah.
showing that this is original art made by human, and this is not art made by AI. So at the same thing is, the AI here is going to the I think is more like, each season is just now, but at a point, people are going to get tired. I'm even sure people are getting tired of AI art right now. You understand? So
Yeah.
for me, I'm not afraid of AI. I'm not, like, if I
Yeah.
see somebody with a good prompt of AI, I just look at it, I just get an idea, inspiration
From
from
it.
it.
Yeah.
But I am an artist, and I know that I'm going
Hmm.
to create something that this AI is not going to create, because that's why I still focus on my culture, like my cultural
Yeah.
art, because
Yes. Culture
the
art.
AI cannot really get these details that I'm adding in my art, the information. That is what the AI cannot get. Like, it can easily get the ones that is already showing, but the ideas
Hmm.
that I have, I don't think the AI can actually generate it that
Generate
much.
those ones.
So unless it's me that is writing the prompt, which me, I don't
Prompt
even know how to
yourself.
write the prompt, you know, like I see a lot of people now saying I'm an AI artist. I say, okay, you are a prompt,
Whoa.
AI prompt, I'm not an artist. But you know, the
Yeah.
argument there, but seriously, the AI art is just the same way NFT came that time. It was booming everywhere.
Yeah.
NFT. Now you still hear NFT,
It's not
again. So it's
not
just
that
a
much.
pace. you know. But yeah, the with the future of AI, it's actually reduced. Like cheap clients now, you don't need to stress yourself entertaining cheap clients. Just tell them, okay,
Mm.
here is the link to meet Johnny. Go and create the prompt.
Right in your
You know,
prompt.
so the ones
Yeah,
that are actually valued artists will definitely. So the rise of AI, you know, it has nothing to, it has no effect to me because I know what I want to do. So, but it's a good thing. At least it reduces unnecessary stress and disturbance.
that's great. That's great. Now, you also mentioned about people reaching out to you, but specifically, how do you get clients for the kind of illustrations that you do? In as much as, right, some of us also do vector illustrations for products that product designers can use when building their
Mm.
websites and they're designing their apps. And we also do some pixelated illustration, just like what you do, but yours is quite very unique. And it seems majorly like, just like you mentioned, your target, you kind of know your target audience to a very extreme level. Like it's majorly something that would be um in very big galleries and the likes of that. Basically, how do you get jobs? How do you get gigs?
Okay. Um, apart from, yeah, hello, can you hear
I
me?
can hear you.
Yeah. So
Yes.
for jobs, you know, I do a lot of things apart from making art, because
Yeah.
I knew that my personal art is not something that I will be getting so much orders from, because most times people that want to order my prints,
Yeah.
they will, when I tell them price and everything it will cost, so no, it's kind of expensive. It's just
Hmm.
you that. So I have work that I do. I'm also a
Okay.
community manager of Niger graphic design. So, and I also work with the creative studios where I do some editorial illustrations for
Oh.
books, for magazines and stuff. So I also
Mm.
get children's book editorial illustrations, gigs and stuff. And
Okay.
to be sincere, the works that I get is from agency referrals and Instagram. Instagram, like
Yeah.
Instagram is one of the best app. Like when I tell people that I've never used all these freelance platforms like
Like Upworks,
Upwork, yeah.
Fiverr. Yeah.
I've never used that app. But
Wow.
I get jobs, some people give me some illustration like painting, like they want me to i- paint them, they give me the idea of how they want it to be, to
To
illustrate
be.
them
Yeah.
and add details in the background. So those kind of gigs too, I get it. But for next year, I really want to reduce the way I get gigs, you understand? Because I want to focus more on my own personal project. You understand? And apart from um, that, I also a project manager. I work
Yeah.
with a lot of graphic designers and other creatives in the creative industry.
Industry.
That's the company I work with. So and apart from that, I think I do a bit of farming.
Oh, wow. We don't see that part of you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I invest in agriculture, so
Oh,
that's
wow.
actually what I've been trying to position myself in a way that okay, next year I'm just going to focus on my project. So this way I could be
It's good.
getting small incomes, from other
Yeah.
side jobs and from other works, then focus on, because I really want to reduce, because most times normally January I open up for commission for the year. You see some
Mhm.
agents will reach out to me and hey, we have these gigs for you to work on. So,
Yeah.
and those kind of agency works, it's really time, it drains me, and the fact that
Yeah.
I can't even share these works,
Again, yeah. I
at
can,
the end of the day.
I truly understand. I understand.
Yeah, so that's why at a point, every year I was okay, I'm going to work on my children's book, I'm going to work on my novel, let me finish it up and stuff. No time. So this year, next year, this 2024, first off, my ultimate goal for next year is to have an art exhibition of my own. So that's what,
Wow.
yes, I really want to step up, in the sense that most people think, like I feel like most digital artists are finding it difficult to break into the art industry because yeah, a lot of people know me online, but I feel like people don't know me in real life. And
Real life.
most
Yeah.
times I've been doubting myself, like saying, okay, because I did not study art, I didn't go to art universities
At
or stuff to
school.
study
Yeah.
art. So I felt like exhibition is only meant for people that study fine art. But with the people I've met so far and some artists that I've met, like some OGs, then I
Yeah.
was able to ask them questions. They were like, no, you don't. You actually, if you want to do exhibition, these are the steps you need to take. So that was why I said, okay, I'll give it a try next year to exhibit my work, then work on my novels and stuff. So that was why I said next year, I really want to reduce the way I take it. Like I have a lot of them in my email right now, remind like even
Yeah.
one is I pushed out, I told that one to get back to me in January, and I'm sure she's sent me message 3 days ago that she wants us to that she's ready for the children's book illustration. So I'm actually considering because I've already reviewed her brief and I like the
Okay.
storyline. It's something that, you know, is also cultural themed
That's
illustration. So
great.
I'm like, okay, I'll because this is what I do, especially this year, 2023. I always review the brief. If it's something that I want to get involved, fine. If it's something that I don't want to involve myself in this,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just turn it down. So, but
Turn it down.
next year, my own goal is to reduce it and focus on my own project because if I continue like this, I'll keep on shifting my own
Yeah.
personal project, you know, just because of money and stuff. So that's my ultimate goal next year, and yeah,
That's great. That's great. I definitely will be looking forward to the art exhibition. I hope I get, an invite ticket. Definitely, I'll be looking
definitely.
forward to it.
Why not
Definitely,
now? Uh-uh.
definitely, I'll be looking forward to it.
Mm.
Let's talk about design. Sorry, illustration hiring in Nigeria. Now, not just Nigeria, but in the African demographic, right? Specifically, we're relating to Nigeria. With your years of expertise as an illustrator, digital artist, combined with your personal experience, do you think digital illustrators have hiring opportunities compared to other design fields?
Yes, I think there's hiring opportunities, especially when is involved in publications, you understand, and also
Mm,
in products, um, websites and stuff. So I believe that is there's opportunities, but also to me, I believe that as long as you have a skills, you don't always wait for hiring opportunities to come. You can
yeah, true.
basically create something that you will be amazed that there are people that actually need this.
Need yes,
You understand?
yes.
Yeah, because that's my best advice to every artist out there, especially digital, because there's a lot of I think there is more people like I feel like this year I saw a lot of digital illustrators and thanks to
Mm,
people like you that have been bringing them in. Like I
Thank
studied this
you.
lot,
Well,
like especially vector illustrators for product
yes,
designs and stuff, and digital art. I see a lot of them coming in. So that's why even me, I felt like, okay, you don't need to sleep. Oh, these guys
sleep.
are
Yeah,
coming with fire,
everybody's
you
coming
know.
up.
And what makes you stand out from all these people? What will make, you know, a client leave all these people and reach out
Yeah,
to you?
to you.
And
Yes.
is based on your branding, and what you actually create. You don't just sit down there waiting for jobs. You keep creating stuff, set targets, set goals, create those stuff. As a digital artist, create your webtoons, your web comics,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just do something, you know, create,
yeah.
you can even create a whole account, create a character and give that character, a kind of life or something. Like you will be surprised how you create a community for that particular character. Like I see
Yeah.
some illustrations, like some artists that does that. They just create account. That account is posting one character, then the character is now doing so many things, and
Mm-hmm.
and you see people, the, will start relating with this character. I don't know if
Character.
you've
Yeah.
seen that stuff.
Yes.
Like I see a
Yes,
lot
I
of
have.
Asians do that stuff. Like there is one that I follow back to back. Like I follow back to back. Let me even show you something. Like this book just arrived today. I ordered it from
Whoa.
Singapore. Yeah, he's one of my favorite Singapore artists. He's a traditional and digital artist. So he just
Whoa.
finished his exhibition. I want to snap it and send it to him.
To him.
I think I'm either one of the Nigerians or the only Nigerian that ordered
Who
this
ordered it?
book,
Wow.
and I pre-ordered. So I have lots of them here.
What's the for those who are listening to this audio version, what's the name of the book?
The huh? The
Yes,
book.
for those who are listening to this through the audio version who can see
Okay.
what's the name of the book. So,
Okay,
so they know.
the book is the journey of Yip Yu Chong. That's the Chinese,
The
the Singapore
Chinese,
artist.
the
So the
Singapore
art
artist
of
name.
joy. So it's more like a story. This is his art book. He's just launched. He did um one art that inspired me. Like if you see one of my latest arts that I'm going to do next year is going to be a very long hallway illustrations and stuff.
Oh,
So if you can see, I don't know if you see, so all
wow.
these
Ah, yes, I
things
do. I
are
can
one
see it.
frame art,
Wow.
but it's like a 360. This He did a lot. You understand? It's
Whoa, yes.
Yeah. So it's just like it's amazing. Like if I was in Singapore, I wouldn't have missed that exhibition. So that
That
was why I have
exhibition,
to
yeah.
order the book. And this one is a Polish artist, a digital artist. He works with anime. He makes anime
Okay,
backgrounds.
anime.
Like if you know
Oh, yeah.
Studio Ghibli and stuff, anime. So he makes
Hmm.
anime background, but he's a Polish guy. He based in Japan. So he paints his illustration. He
Wow,
illustrated
these are
a lot. So
nice.
I have many of them.
This is so nice.
This one is the artworks of Matthews Ubanowski.
And that's the Polish
Yeah, the Polish
artist book.
artist
Okay.
that's based in Japan. Then
Japan. Okay.
this one is my favorite Korean female digital artist. She actually used Procreate and Photoshop, but
Wow.
mostly Procreate. Yeah, she's really amazing. This her art book is really
Oh, this is
amazing.
colorful.
Yeah, so
This is colorful.
yeah.
What's the name of this one?
This one is I think it's I love it's in Korean language,
Okay.
which
Okay,
means
it's in Korean language.
Butungi Going Joha. Like I love
Just speak
simple
just
things.
speak Korean.
I studied a little bit Korean. So
Oh,
I can read the
wow.
alphabets.
That's
Yeah.
that's fascinating.
Yeah. So this is
It
one
is.
of my favorite Korean illustrators. She's amazing. So she actually
Yeah.
draws illustrations using her character. She created a
Yeah.
character that
That she
represents
created.
her, and
Ha.
she
Oh,
keeps
interesting.
drawing. Like this place will be text. This is the illustrations. I don't know if you can
Illustrations.
see it. So she
Yes, I
keeps
can.
drawing like her experience, living in
Wow.
Korea and working
This
as
is
an
beautiful.
animator, you know, and stuff. So it's really interesting. So all these books are really something that it means a lot to me, and I'm able to get to know them and um their experience, with their
Yeah.
art. So yeah, I I believe that a lot of artists, you don't necessarily need to keep waiting for job. Keep building your portfolio, create a project. You know, if you are not sure of yourself, you can do some study. But when you feel like you've reached into a certain level that you are a professional and stuff, start creating your
Hmm.
magic. You understand? It's just like
Yeah.
just see yourself like the difference between you and a traditional artist it's just that you are using digital tools. You
Digital
understand?
tools.
Why
Yes.
the
Yes.
traditional artist is using the physical tools.
Their
So
own tools.
if
Yes.
you have gotten to the level of you can call yourself an artist, then start creating. So me, that's why I said next year I really want to stop working for people but start creating my own stuff because it's what I create that people will know me of. Like people will remember me with what I
True.
create, not the ones
True.
I do for others. So that's why I really want to start doing stuff. Like these guys, they are inspiring me every day.
Mm.
Even this one is I'm sure you know him, Mr. Support.
Oh, Mr. Soko, I've seen his. I love his.
Yeah.
I love his editorial
So I
cartoons.
I ordered
I
this
love it.
collection. That was
Whoa.
2 years ago that I bought this. I still have it. So I
Wow.
used to get these collections um from different artists that inspire me. Like I still have some, I
Mr.
think but it's not here. Some Japanese artists too that I order from Japan because I love Asian artists. Like I feel like
Wow.
their
That's great.
illustrations inspired me more to do my own because
Yours.
when I go online, I see all these all different artists doing illustration that represent them. Like when you see it, you know, there's um this I think pride you get seeing something that represents you that is not, you know,
Yeah.
um degrading you as a person, but instead of showing poverty and suffering, slavery and
Yeah.
stuff, but it's something
Yeah.
that when you look at it, it gives you that memories of you, of your experience as
Yeah.
a Nigerian
Journey.
person. I
Yeah.
don't know if you understand. So
I
that's
understand.
why in my illustrations, I try as much as possible to make it very relatable, something that will invoke that that's imagination, that's your ideas, that's your feelings that you
Hmm.
probably forgot and stuff. So that's what I try because I see a lot of people say, "Oh, you just remind me of my childhood." Like the latest one that I upload, somebody told me that after school, I go to my mom's shop, and this is how I used to. The person was like, Did
Yes.
you have a camera somewhere? Because you literally
Watching me.
picture me."
Yes.
You understand? So
Yeah.
it's something
Yes.
that, I know that in next 20 years, that kind of concept will not exist again. So, and the next generation, when they want to know, okay, what how is my forefathers living in this era in this 20 like now we are in the 20s.
Now,
I
yeah,
want to know what it feels like to be in the 20s, in the year 2020s. They will go and check it. Oh, you know, and they'll see all this stuff. Oh, wow. Just like the illustration you do, you see that's 2K, you know.
yeah, the
It's
2K,
it,
yeah,
it's something that when somebody sees it, they will remember,
yeah,
this era, there is the
true,
time that, 2K was very hard. So that's why I keep telling people, like, remove art, you've removed a whole lot of information in the world, because there
mm,
are stuff that in this art you see here, you think it's simple, it's this and that, like
yeah,
there's a memory behind this. And I know that in next 50 years, there will be children in that era that will be like, what is behind this art? You will even be surprised to see that in years to come, people will start using this our artworks as a
yeah,
research. When they are doing some research and
yes.
documentary, they will use this to
Use
back
our
it up
artworks.
as a
It's
reference
true.
to what they are writing, to what that's why I when I realized this, then I started being intentional, because this is what, if you don't tell your story, somebody else that's
Will.
that is doing it will tell your story. The
Mm,
reason why
yeah.
when people see monkey, they just think it's a black man. It's all art. It's somebody that was creating
Mm-hmm.
this ideology,
Yeah.
using art to create this ideology. I don't know if you understand me.
Yes,
So,
I understand.
and it's now our job to change that narrative. And how do we change this narrative? Is by telling our stories. So you see, I know what I'm doing, and
Yeah.
I know that years to come,
Of course,
this
yes.
art is going to speak more volume than itself. So like I think I've learned this from, there's this YouTuber that 10 years ago he created some videos, some tutorial, and upload it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you know, after 5 years or 6, 8 years ago that he created this stuff, you know,
Yeah.
he didn't even get any view. He just created those stuff, upload it, and left the account. Forget the account, because he felt like nobody is viewing it. But he said, when I was listening to his podcast, he said something that he knew what he was doing. There, a lot of his peers that time was like, "Guy, you're wasting time. Look at what is
Time.
trending.
Yeah.
Why don't you do what is trending?" The guy
Trend.
said,
Yeah.
"I looked away from what is trending now, and I started doing what will trend in future." Do you understand? Could you believe this
Yes.
guy said he's making some thousands of dollars every month currently now from
Yeah.
those old videos?
Wow.
Do you understand? Because now
Yes.
the present generation right now
Yeah.
needed that video, unlike the one. Then those ones that were trending, those that nobody even
Yeah.
watched them
Mm,
again. Do you see
cared at the
what?
time.
So that's why
Yeah.
you see artworks. As an artist, if you know what you want to do, if you want to be creating something for the present time, fine, it's
Mm-hmm.
good. It's going to give you that traction. But if you
Yeah.
want to create something that even after 10 years, could people still relate with this? Could people still go and reference this? Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yes.
what I want to be that girl. I want to be that person that
Yeah.
is creating
Yeah.
something that I know that is going to be timeless. It's something that
Yes.
definitely is going to make
Evergreen.
impact.
Evergreen. Yes.
Yeah.
To be honest, right, Julie, to be honest, your story, the way you see art, the way you think about it, the way you explain it, the excitement in your voice, right? We're currently having this video call and I can see your expression. I can sense the emotion. And truly, you really know what you want. You really know what you're doing. You're very particular about it. And I really appreciate you for that. I really do.
Thank you
In
so
fact,
much.
thank you. Yeah. In fact, you also support other artists. I mean, look at the books you've ordered from Japan, from different places, and these things, the shipping fees and all, it's expensive, right? You support other artists. It's just beautiful. It's truly beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah,
Honestly,
thank
it is
you.
truly beautiful. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
I
much.
have I have one more. I have one more question.
No
I'm going to
problem.
ask
No
before we
problem.
let you go. And in as much as I know that you've said a lot of things that are, going to be helpful to aspiring illustrators, I still have to ask, what advice would you give to aspiring illustrators?
Yeah. For aspiring illustrator, like definitely I want more illustrators in this industry because I believe that everyone have its unique um goals and mission. You understand?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
for aspiring artists, like you are welcome on board. Just do me one favor. Learn the basics, please. Learn the basics and understand that you are in no competition with anybody because that is what
Hmm.
I noticed from artists. Like, forget about the likes, forget
Mm-hmm.
about the attention, forget all these things. Focus on what you want to do. Do art because of passion. Let the passion be there
Hmm.
because without the passion, if you are jumping into illustration and stuff because you see people like me, you think, oh, this girl is rich, or you see before it's
Yeah.
rich and stuff, digital
Mm-hmm.
skills and stuff, we are going to
Yeah.
make this money. You will get frustrated, you will be disappointed, you know.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
create those magic just because you want to create it. And I'm telling you, when you are consistent and you know what you're doing, money will come.
Hmm.
You understand?
It's
Money
great.
will
Yeah.
always come. Also, don't see anybody as a competition. Like I noticed there was this um artist that reached out to me, and she said, like, I've seen a couple of artists, especially the female ones, you know, maybe somebody recommend my page to them and says, this is what
Okay.
a Nigerian girl is doing. You have to go and do it, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And these
Yeah.
people now feel like, okay, since she can do it, I can do
Mm-hmm.
it. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm very happy you can do it, but don't see me as a competition or see any other
Hmm.
artist that you love their work as a competition. Rather,
Yeah.
see them as a motivation. Study,
Hmm.
do your own thing. Don't stress yourself. Even if you are drawing a line in a day, take your time, study, practice. No need to
That's great.
join. Stop tracing. Because I know a lot of them, they want to jump in. And when they get frustrated that they cannot achieve that stuff they want, not just
Yeah.
girls, both boys, before you know, they jump into AI and say, okay, I think AI have come. Why am I stressing myself? No. See, art is something that is luxury. I keep saying it.
Hmm.
For me, art is luxury. You know, there are
Yeah.
people that they just paint art, they just do art because they want to relieve stress. They want to, you know,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
play with their imagination and stuff, feed their eyes or train their eyes and stuff. There are rich men that paint for fun,
True.
they paint it
Yeah.
for fun. Like, but you as a person, you want to make art as a profession, you need to really study well. You understand? Go for
Yeah.
internship, apply for internship. And the art industry is so wide. There's so many opportunities for you. You can work with animation and post online because already there are a lot of people doing it. And now, what makes you stand out? Always, what will make this company hire you as their artist to do stuff? What makes you stand out? So
Yeah.
you have to really study hard, prepare yourself, you know, and take your time. Sometimes you feel useless. You feel like you are not doing anything. But This is why you need to study. Study with reference, don't study with imagination. Like, I'm just I'm just saying all this because I know that there are a lot of people that you get to that point where you are frustrated. Even if you don't have iPad, you don't have a digital tablet, buy A4. Use your A4. Start with your A4. Buy pencil. Draw,
Hmm.
because if you cannot draw on
Yeah.
paper, you will really find it difficult to draw digitally. Let me be sincere. So any medium you can use, just use it. Study the basic principles of art.
Yeah.
Study from Study all those stuff, the basic principles of art. If you can study it, then when you finish that, you can start exploring your art style and every other thing. Because, but first of all, have that basic foundation because it will really help you. There is no shortcut. There is no shortcut in tech skills. There is nothing like shortcut. It's just like you want to be a developer, a dev, you must study the basics. You want to be a graphic designer, you must study the
Hmm.
basic principles of design. Like, you cannot bypass it and create magic. You have to do that. So please, young artists, please study. And another thing, don't um don't kill yourself, or hate yourself,
Yeah.
or feel bad when you can't get what you want. Just know that everything takes time
True.
and process. I started digital art 2016, but I started getting I started getting popular, I think, uh, from last year, I guess. But this year, yeah. So
Hmm.
it's this year that actually got famous on internet, that I even have to go to TV and stuff. But even at that, I'm still learning to today. We are all learning. So please do me that favor. Just go with your pace and stay focused. Think that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you. Please, thank you very much. Julie, I really appreciate you for coming on this episode and sharing. I mean, you've shared so much with us. Thank you so much. Sincerely.
I really
Oh,
enjoy
same
this
here. I do.
podcast. One,
Yeah.
because most times I used to avoid all these. Like, most times when people reach out to me, I find so many excuses because I used to have I do have stage fright and stuff, and
Oh.
I'm an introvert. I'm actually in real life. So anything to bring me out, I always try to avoid those stuff. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, but I enjoyed the way that it was cozy. Is something that I
Yeah.
was able. I'm even surprised. I was able to cool down and have this conversation. You know,
Thank you.
and I know anybody listening. This is me being real to yours. I'm not faking anything and stuff. So um, I really appreciate this podcast, and I hope in future I'll be here again. But
Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
but seriously, keep it
Definitely.
up. I like
Thank
the
you
way you
so
just
much.
make everything. There's no tension and stuff.
Thank you
Everything
so
is so
much.
chill, and
I
I'm really
appreciate it.
happy that I not turned down this
Thank you so much. I
podcast.
really appreciate. Honestly, I'm glad you didn't turn it down as well. We're going to be having Bolaji also next. He's coming on the podcast. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, we
also,
have. Yeah.
that's my
Thank
mentor
you.
there. Bolaji
Whoa.
actually was the one that, that I was at a point, I think around 2017, early 2017, when I felt like I'm tired, I cannot improve. I don't even know what I want to do. I'm not even sure this thing, I just waste money, buy tablet. When I was having conversation with Bolaji now told me, he said, don't worry yourself. Just start from scratch, just draw.
Hmm.
Even if it's a line every day. He's the one that gave me that
Wow.
idea. Just
Wow.
draw. Draw.
Yeah.
Don't worry about if it's ugly or not. Just keep doing that stuff until you start getting better. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, within that stuff, I was consistent and I started seeing results of what he told me. I think after
Yeah.
8 months of doing that same thing
Wow.
he told me
Wow.
to do. And I'm telling you, like, he knows very well that if I'm mentioning people that were behind my journey where I am today. He's
Yeah.
always there. He's and Harry Tombra and Harry Dunku. Harry
Wow.
Dunku taught me colors. You see all these
Whoa.
vibrant like I
Yeah.
could see color when I look at something. I could see color. He was
Yeah.
the one that made me to start seeing color without using color picker. Like when I was learning,
Hmm.
I w- I w- and today it's helping me because now I don't need color picker to know a color. Once I see, I could
Color.
actually guess the color without using color
Wow.
picker. Yeah. So it's the training that I got. All of them, one way or the other,
Yeah.
inspired me. They all have this, this touch of gold they dropped in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
very grateful for Bolaji. I hope he hears this.
Oh, definitely. Same here. I mean, I personally cannot talk about my journey into illustration without mentioning Bolaji. And the thing is, he actually, right, he didn't, right, I didn't reach out to him, like, please teach me in that manner, right? But
Mm,
he encouraged me still. He actually reached out to me. He he's just fascinating.
yes.
Bolaji was the very first person who I saw in 2016 whose digital
Mm,
illustration
mm.
encouraged me and inspired me to actually get into digital illustration.
Okay, you
Bolaji
started
was the very first.
2016 too, right?
Yes, yes,
Did you
yes.
did you know when they were doing this challenge? Like they have this squad: Muhammad
Yeah.
Abadi,
Muhammad
Godwin,
Agbadi, Godwin,
Akpan,
Akpan, yes, yes.
Bolaji,
There's
Harry
also one
Tombra.
other guy from I think Ghana. I think Taco Universe. I can't remember his exact.
Mm,
I can't remember his handle, but a lot of them were there. A lot
yeah,
of them.
Tombra, all of them. They were doing this challenge, weekly challenge where they draw. So they tag themselves.
Bolaji started doing a draw everyday challenge for 1 year. Bolaji did that challenge where he
Yeah.
drew every
Yeah,
day
yeah,
for one
yeah.
year.
Yeah, before
Yes.
like that was how I get to know that there was this challenge they were doing that time, and that was how I get to know that, oh, we actually have these people. And funny enough, today they are all working with different
Big brands.
industries today.
Yes. Yes.
Disney, Pixar,
Yeah.
Netflix, many like Bolaji worked with Marvel Studio, Marvel Comics that time. Yeah, so a lot of these are guys that have inspired me, and they make me know that you have to really work hard, and you get the result. And every day I'm very grateful for them, like for them to even reply my message, and
Honestly.
give me time
Honestly.
because
Yes. Same
seriously
here.
with their busy
Yes.
schedules and stuff,
Exactly. Exactly.
but all of them gave me their time, the one
Yes.
that they were able to give me their time, and that time is what that made me who I am today. I won't
Mm-hmm.
lie to you. So I didn't even I didn't know you started 2016, because when I get to know it was actually last year when I started seeing your work. I'm like, so I
Wow.
started seeing your work were more of vector. So I'm like, why
Yeah.
is he doing so? Then I started seeing your line art. That was when I was, oh, this guy really studied art, because
I,
I feel like most people don't even know how to draw, but just because they could use vector shapes
Vector
and
Bay.
stuff.
Yes.
But when I
Yes.
saw your sketches, then I said, oh, this guy knows what he's doing.
I'm
And
trying. Thank you.
no,
Thank
seriously,
you.
I'm
Thank
serious.
you. I
So
appreciate. Thank you.
yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate. So thank you so much for
Thank you so
inviting
much.
me.
I
I'm,
appreciate.
I'm really
Thank you.
grateful.
Thank you. Thank you. Design plus illustration equals Designstration.